The pilot era ended last week, not gradually. In a single week, Merck committed up to $1 billion to an agentic AI platform across 75,000 employees. Valeo confirmed more than a third of all its code is now AI generated. Google shipped Agent Identity, a verifiable identifier for every autonomous agent in your enterprise. These are not roadmap announcements. They describe what is operating now. The scaling paradox means most organizations are still in the valley between pilot and production. The frontier has moved. The majority of the enterprise sector is being sold solutions to a challenge the frontier has already resolved. What does your implementation gap look like in concrete terms? And which item on that list could your team close before the end of this financial year?
Let's get into it.
This is the Hamberger Report. I'm Andreas Hamberger, Enterprise Architect and Governance Practitioner, Wellington. In the week of 22nd April 2026, 3 data points landed simultaneously that enterprise architects have been waiting 2 years to see confirmed. Merck committed up to $1 billion over multiple years to deploy an agentic AI platform across 75,000 employees in partnership with Google Cloud, not a productivity experiment, a platform commitment in a sector where regulatory failure is existential, and the largest single enterprise agentic commitment at Google Cloud Next 2026. Valeo, the French automotive supplier with 100,000 employees globally, confirmed more than 35% of all its code is now AI generated following a completed Gemini Code Assist deployment. For organizations still treating AI-assisted code generation as a future state, this is a reference point from a manufacturer operating at scale in a compliance-intensive industry. And Google shipped the Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform with Agent Identity, a cryptographically verifiable, per-agent traceable identifier embedded into every autonomous workflow. Governance infrastructure for agentic AI is no longer a roadmap item. It shipped in Las Vegas last Tuesday. The question enterprise leaders have been asking, when does the pilot to production transition arrive, now has an answer. The harder question that replaces it, what is your implementation gap? The pilot to production transition is happening. But the data tells us it is not happening evenly, and the organizations being sold solutions to the implementation challenge are not the ones who have already solved it. Part 3 of this series established the scaling paradox. AI deployment success concentrates at early adoption and at full production, with a documented valley of failure in between. Only 33% of organizations had scaled AI beyond pilots at the time of writing. Merck and Valeo do not dissolve that paradox for the sector broadly. Most organizations are still in the valley. What they establish is what resolving the paradox looks like in practice. Committed capital allocation, vendor engineers working alongside internal teams, and governance architecture built into the platform layer, not added after deployment. Microsoft's Frontier Firm research found just 12% of enterprise leaders report their companies still primarily in pilot mode, down from a majority 2 years ago. The April 2026 shift in Microsoft's market positioning, selling solutions to the implementation challenge rather than the adoption challenge, is itself a signal. The scaling paradox is being resolved at the frontier. The bulk of the implementation work is still ahead. The governance conversation in enterprise AI has had a specific gap. Leaders understood governance was necessary. They had no concrete technical reference for what governed agentic architecture actually looks like in practice. That constraint was removed last week. The Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform ships 5 components. Agent Identity gives every autonomous agent a cryptographically verifiable, traceable identifier. An agent in a Merck workflow making a decision at 3 in the morning is retrievable, auditable, and attributable. Agent Registry records which agents are authorized to operate in which contexts. Agent Gateway manages authorization and traffic between agents. Agent Memory Bank maintains context across multi-day autonomous workflows. Agent Marketplace extends the model to partner agents from third-party providers without losing traceability. Enterprise architects reviewing agentic AI proposals now have a named reference for each governance layer. The question is no longer, how do we govern agents in theory? It is which of these components are in scope for your deployment, and have you configured them correctly? For the EA Thursday readers in this audience, agent identity is the agentic equivalent of the identity fabric in zero trust architecture. The governance conversation has a name technical reference. The second question is the harder one. Having governance infrastructure is not the same as governance reality. The MIT AI Risk Repository's April 2026 update draws the distinction with precision, and it is the hardest observation this week's data produces. MIT researchers updated their pipeline to classify over 1,000 AI governance documents. A consistent finding, LLMs over-attributed governance coverage, scoring documents as covering risks whenever a topic was mentioned, even when the specific risk was not actually addressed. Human reviewers required explicit diagnosis of actual failures before crediting documents as governance capable. The parallel for enterprise deployment is direct. An organization assessing its AI governance posture using AI-generated compliance summaries may be producing exactly that pattern, all the right governance language, none of the actual governance gap diagnosis. The Gemini platform ships agent identity. It does not ship the discipline to use it correctly. EY illustrates the distinction. Its global agentic audit rollout targets full capability by 2028, 2 years of phased implementation despite the technical capacity to move faster. Workforce readiness, professional standards, and regulatory obligations all require time to align with technical capability. That is governance reality, not governance vocabulary. Organizations that resolve this gap before agents reach consequential domains will be the most reliable at production scale. Enterprise architects typically process the Stanford AI Index as a macroeconomic signal. The 2026 edition contains a finding that belongs in implementation planning, not strategic framing. The numbers are specific and the operational implications are direct. Only 10% of Americans reported being more excited than concerned about AI in their daily lives. 56% of AI experts said AI would have a positive long-term impact over the next 20 years. On specific applications, the divergence widens. 84% of experts supported AI in medical care. 44% of the general public agreed. For enterprise leaders deploying agentic AI at Merck and Valeo scale, this is an operational risk. The workforce receiving these deployments does not share the same disposition the deployment architects bring. The employees across those 75,000 Merck desks and 100,000 Valeo roles will encounter autonomous agents making decisions in their workflows without having participated in the architectural reasoning that placed them there. Adoption architecture is not the same as technical architecture. A technically sound agentic deployment in an organization whose workforce is not prepared will generate friction that is not visible in capability specifications. The Stanford data is a baseline measure of that friction at the population level. Treat workforce legitimacy as a distinct work stream from workflow capability, not a communications afterthought. No New Zealand organization has announced an agentic deployment at Merck or Valeo scale. That is not a weakness unique to New Zealand. It reflects the structural reality of a smaller market with a different enterprise composition. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand's February 2026 analysis found that 31% of New Zealand occupations face high AI exposure, with a further 30% facing dual exposure to AI and robotics automation. That workforce legitimacy problem is a near-term operational planning question, not a distant consideration for NZ organizations deploying AI in customer-facing clinical or administrative workflows. The governance vocabulary warning from MIT is more acute in a smaller market. NZ frameworks are typically adapted from international precedents rather than built from first principles. Adaptations that reproduce governance vocabulary without the diagnostic depths MIT researchers found necessary will produce documentation that looks sound and offers less protection than it appears to. Google's agent identity, registry, and gateway will arrive in the NZ market on a lag behind US enterprise adoption, with a thinner local case study library, a smaller specialist vendor environment, and governance frameworks designed before governed agentic architecture had a name technical reference, the NZ implementation gap is not just behind Merck and Valeo, it is also behind the vocabulary to reality translation that larger markets are working through right now. The week of 22nd April 2026 made the pilot era question obsolete. It ended. For enterprise leaders, the productive question is what is your implementation gap? And it has 5 specific dimensions. The first is architectural. Do you have agent-level identity, registry, and gateway controls? The Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform has made this a technical audit question with a named specification. The second is epistemic. Where is the gap between your governance vocabulary and governance reality? The MIT finding establishes this gap is systematic. The diagnostic is not do we have a framework, but have we identified the specific failure modes it would miss? The third is organizational. What is your workforce legitimacy baseline? Not knowing it means not knowing where adoption friction will concentrate. The fourth is temporal. Are you phasing for technical capability or for organizational alignment? EY's 2028 timeline is a calibration of the alignment work required, not a technology constraint. The fifth is contextual. What is your NZ-specific implementation gap? In a smaller market with thinner governance infrastructure and the exposure levels RBNZ documented, the answer carries more weight, not less. Which item on that list could your team close before the end of this financial year?
That is the Hamberger report for today. If this was useful, subscribe and hit the like button. It helps more professionals find the channel. You will find links to everything we covered in the description below. I am Andreas Hamberger, and I will see you tomorrow.
Like and subscribe.